Radiation, 33 Days of Waiting by Deborah Ann Percy and Arnold Johnston. Setting, Barb's bathroom. Time, morning, late spring, in the present. Day 1.
Hello?
Hello, is this Barbara Brunetti?
It is.
This is Matt from the Cancer Center.
Oh yes. I'm supposed to be there in 45 minutes.
That's why I'm calling. The radiation machine is down, so we have to reschedule your x-rays for tomorrow.
Oh, I had x-rays last week. Isn't this the first day of radiation?
It is, but we do x-rays again, followed by your first radiation. And x-rays once a week on Mondays. Tuesdays for now, but to have the doctor check them. So they're always right, always correct. So we'll start your 33 days tomorrow, right after x-rays.
So 33 days of radiation starting tomorrow, not today.
I'm really sorry. The radiation machine sometimes has a mind of its own.
So tomorrow?
At 11.
Not 10:20.
We'll print you a new schedule. Some days 11, some days, actually 9:30.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow at 11, new x-rays.
Right. Thanks. See you then, and I apologize for the confusion.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. Listen, David, there's no need for you to pick me up. You can stay at work. Oh, no, everything's okay with me. It's the radiation machine. It's down. So they postponed my first appointment till tomorrow at 11. Oh, that's right. We can go hear Suzanne's concert at school. What a great idea. Okay, then. See you soon. Love you. X-rays once a week. Radiation every day for a month. I'll glow in the dark.
Next day, day 1 again.
Taking my granddaughters to lunch today. They love any place that has chicken fingers.
Oh, well, mine actually like vegetable medley and salmon. Can you imagine?
Hello, dear. Welcome to paradise. Home of babes without boobs.
I prefer to think of it as the home of boomers without tumors. I have only 9 more days, including today, and then I'm done.
I'm going to be here till the cows come home. But who's counting?
I am. 9 days, and I'll visit my friends up north. I'll go to have lunch with my grandson at his nursery school for vegetables. I'll play golf all day with no boobs to get in the way of my swing. Oh, what I sometimes do is take one necktie and one back tie from the other side, and then I can hold them both in one hand.
That way, nothing's hanging out.
Thank you.
And someone ought to give the men around here a lesson in covering up their behind.
You don't seem to mind the whole backside hanging out, do they? What are the benefits of the radiation business?
You know, I think they're the kind of men who insist on having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're pissed at having to take their dishes to the kitchen, and they're pissed at having to do this.
Well, aren't we all? I suppose that's why we watch such dopey TV shows when we're here, like The Price is Right, or Let's Make a Deal. Anything to avoid reality.
Well, The reality is, we are sitting here wearing goofy costumes and fright wigs, just like the people on Let's Make a Deal.
Not to mention that we've all been handed zonks.
Zonks?
That's what the Let's Make a Deal folks call the lousy deals.
They have a choice at least.
Gotcha.
Barbara?
Yes, Barb.
Oh, sorry about yesterday. Sometimes that machine has a mind of its own.
Oh, that's okay. We got to go to our daughter's concert at school the end of the year. She plays the flute.
Good. And we're ready today. The machine is back.
Bad as ever.
Day 2.
8 more days to go. You should see my front here. Looks like a road map. Intestines, kidneys, breasts, incisions everywhere. I mean, I look like a crazy road map.
Sue Ann?
You know, my oncologist told me that chemo might reduce the tumor. I told her it absolutely would, and it did. And this will too.
We're ready for you.
Number 8.
How was your lunch with your granddaughters?
They are so sweet. Oh, they love anything that has chicken fingers. And then we went to a movie. Despicable Me 2. And it was despicable.
I've actually been waiting a long time today. 40 minutes.
Do you want me to check for you?
Yes, please. 40 minutes.
Do you have far to drive?
My boyfriend brings me on his Harley. He's waiting out there. We have plans, and Jake has the need for speed.
Oh, I'm lucky. We live just a few blocks away, but my husband takes off work and comes with for doctor's visits and everything else. I'm not walking all that well right now.
I have better things to do than to sit here all day. If I'm gonna sit, I'd sooner sit on the back of the Harley.
There he is.
Francis, sorry about the wait.
Me too. I've got things to see and places to do.
Lana, we're ready for you.
I'll get the Velcro on back, Ma.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Ooh, you're new.
Oh, my second day.
Well, I'm Amy. This is my son, Randy.
Here you go.
He comes with me instead of going to his music class. Camp, that is. He has a scholarship to summer music camp. He plays the drums, but he comes with me instead.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Randy. I'm Barb. My daughter plays the flute. She's taking lessons this summer.
Flute's too quiet for me. Drums got the sound and the beat.
Barb, we're ready for you. How are you today? Is it still raining out there?
It is, and I'm good. How are you?
Day 3.
I had a choice about chemotherapy, so I did the research. On the internet, of course.
No one gave me a choice. Surgery, chemo, and now radiation. It was like getting on a train. Tracks were laid and we were out of the station.
The percentage of survival after 5 years was about the same. Playing the odds, like Jake at the casino.
Survival after 5 years. Has a pleasant ring, doesn't it?
So I said no. Not for me. I let Jake roll the dice for both of us.
Now you get to a certain age and you know that death is obviously getting closer. But here you can almost hear the clock ticking.
And we want every damn tick that's coming to us. So we need to get this stuff over with as soon as we can.
Amen to that.
Don't waste time, girl. Time's all we got. Till we don't.
I won't.
Ready for you, Francis.
Time to kick ass and take names.
Day 4.
Morning, girls. I guess we're in for another scorcher.
Nothing like a sense of humor.
Sometimes I can't work up the for a humor or anything else.
Chemo takes it out of you, doesn't it?
David and I used to walk almost every day. Now I have to work myself up just to get out of bed, and playing golf is out of the question. I can't even ride in the cart. I feel every bump right down to my bone marrow. Well, enough whining. Everyone says you bounce back after this.
Let's hope so.
The History Channel? What happened to The Price is Right?
We just thought it might be nice to see something about the real world, something to keep the mind alive.
Documentaries about the Holocaust? This is real enough for me. I'll take The Price is Right any day.
I see your point.
Day 5.
Oh, hi. Good morning. Hey. I usually come at 11, but for some reason, once a week, my appointment's at 9:30.
I'm 9:30 all the way.
Oh. I like your hair. Very nice.
It's growing back slowly but surely.
So's mine.
Well, tell me I have a nice shaped head. I'm not sure what that means.
Probably just that your hair looks great.
Hope so. People say the dimmest things. A head is a head.
Well, I think they're embarrassed and don't know what to say, so they just stumble along, open their mouths and let fly.
Let's hope that's it. I'm not sure what a nice shaped head says about other people's heads. I hope you're feeling better is enough. Maybe I'm being too sensitive.
Oh, I know I often am. But I'm a big hair person, so I like my wig better.
I wore my wig at school so the kids wouldn't be concerned, so I wouldn't draw attention to myself, but that's the only place.
Well, I don't always wear Fidel at home, but everywhere else.
Fidel?
We have a friend who has a service dog. You know, service dogs, she takes it everywhere, to restaurants, to the theater. One time we went to the symphony with her, and the usher said to her, "You can't bring that dog in here." She said, "Oh, yes, I can." And she showed him the special dog tags, and in she sailed. When I take my wig off at home and plop it on the dresser, it looks just like Fidel. Right. His home in our house is actually a bottle of good champagne, which we will chill and drink when my real hair looks like the real Fidel.
Champagne bottle for a wig stand.
Festive, eh? Gives us something to look forward to.
Our principal tried to talk me into not wearing my wig in the classroom. A teachable moment, she said. The kids will accept you. I didn't even argue. That's not the point. You like the hair.
And you like your hair in the classroom.
I guess I don't want to be a teachable moment. I've learned quite a bit.
More than I ever wanted to know, really.
Definitely too much information. I have a planning period first hour and a special second hour, so if the machine's up, I'm there for my third class.
Barb, the early bird special for you today, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Day 6.
I like your gown.
I got it here. The Velcro in front got connected to the ties on the gown like yours, so in the laundry, and it made a mess, so I take it home and wash it.
Well, it's very flattering. And you don't have to hang on to the ties to keep it decent.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Randy. Amy, you look good today.
Oh, thank you.
Here you go.
Hello, ladies. see we're still watching The Price is Right.
I've seen that show more in the last few weeks than in my whole life. Radiation 5 days a week, chemo on 2, and The Price is Right every day. Followed by Let's Make a Deal if the machine is running late.
Makes for a long day, chemo and radiation.
Till 4:30 in the afternoon. It's like going to work. I used to be a teacher. Now my old friends and students from school come and visit me. It's really nice.
Do you have a port?
I do. It's covered with saran wrap to keep the lidocaine in place until they poke me to access it. Ugh, I don't like getting poked. They have such a hard time finding my veins, so I'd a lot rather have a port for easy access. I swear, I have had nurses and techs poking at me for 15 minutes trying to find a vein. I had one doctor tell me I better lie still or I'd be there all day. Told me I could do my happy dance after he got in. Happy dance my butt. I don't like being treated like a naughty kid by someone half my age.
Me too, I hate it. But some of them are really good.
Yeah. There's one at the hospital they call Kevin from heaven. Never has a problem. But why take a chance? So it's lidocaine and saran wrap for me.
I used Press and Seal. The doctor actually used Press and Seal to close the incision when my husband David had his hernia surgery. I keep forgetting. I have 2 ports. I still have the one here where they pumped the saline in after my reconstruction. I guess I'll know I'm back to normal when I get both ports out.
You are lucky. You've already had reconstruction? I'm still wearing fake boobs. And I can be bothered.
Oh, I am lucky. My mastectomy surgeon and my plastic surgeon were able to do both surgeries during the same operation. They said they were tag teaming me because I was in such good shape.
I bet you didn't feel that way at the time.
Mm-hmm. Funny how you get used to things you never even heard of. Conduit in your chest to let them take out blood and pump in poison. Thank goodness for lidocaine.
Lidocaine shrinks hemorrhoids too. It's a medical miracle.
And I use Press and Seal when I chill my Christmas cookie dough. I guess boobs aren't that very much different from cookie dough. Next. I see the doctor today. My husband's out there at the big waiting room.
Well, I see the doctor today, too. Randy and I see the doctor today.
It's gonna be good news, Ma. It is.
Okay, Barb, we're ready.
My husband's in the waiting room.
But we'll get him after radiation.
Day 8.
Last day tomorrow. Woo, I'm ready to be out of here. I had chemo to shrink my tumor. The doctor said it might not work, and I said, oh, yes, it will. And it did. And this will work, too.
Sue Ann, we're ready for you. You're almost done, right?
Just today and tomorrow.
Bravo.
After this session, I have 25 more days.
I have a lot. Number yet to be determined. Bladder. I went to the big university center, and the doctor there told me he couldn't help me. Can you believe it? Said there was nothing he could do. Then he said I should get my affairs in order, and he walked out of the room. Like I was wasting his valuable time. Then I had to drive myself home. 2 hours in the car. Alone.
Really?
The doctor at the university told me I had 5 months. That was 3 months ago. Look at me. I don't know. I just keep doing what they tell me. I just keep doing all of this. At least my doctor here didn't tell me to go home and say goodbye to my family and friends.
Goodness.
And it beats driving home alone for 2 hours and waiting for the other guy's diagnosis to come true. We have to drive a half an hour each way. Makes for a long day.
I'll say, we're lucky enough to live right downtown. But David won't let me walk, though. Drives me every day. Oh, doctor's a human, I guess. My GP said I had nothing to worry about. My lymph nodes saved me by getting infected. Who knows what would have happened if I had to wait any longer? Anyway, my lymph nodes saved me. And now I'm here.
One good thing. They say I won't lose my hair.
Oh, that is good.
It is, isn't it?
Mary, how are you today? You ready?
Outside of here, no one really knows how sick we are, do they? Yes, dear, I'm ready.
Day 9.
Last day.
Oh, you bet.
And baked goods?
Goods for the good. You know, the lovely technicians, the nurses, my amazing doctor. Sweets for the sweet.
They are, aren't they?
Sweet? Well, right. Sweet is right. At least this doctor didn't send me on a 2-hour ride home alone to die. She and I have a plan. And if that doesn't work, we have another plan.
Sue Ann, last day. Bravo. And what's this?
Oh, for you all. For all of you to help me celebrate.
How thoughtful of you. We are always ready to celebrate.
That was nice of her, wasn't it?
You've saved my day. Now here's a couple dozen donuts.
I don't know. I could see how you'd want to do something. Like the volunteers who bring coffee and cookies around in the chemo waiting room.
Or the people who make donations, or take part in those walkathons.
I'll probably just get on the back of Jake's Harley and ride.
It's funny how much more conversation there is in this waiting room. Oh, it's not that it's impersonal in the chemo waiting room. The doctors and nurses there are great too, but you don't really get to know the other patients, unless it's someone you know already.
Well, here you see each other several days a week, and chemo is so unpleasant. Not that radiation is a walk in the park.
At least nobody in here is a smoker. Oh. Chemo waiting room sometimes reeks of smoke. It's hard to believe it could be an actual patient still smoking.
Unless they've stopped caring. Who's gonna tell a 90-year-old that he needs to cut back on chocolate?
It's amazing, though. Even if it's a friend or relative. Haven't they ever heard of secondhand smoke? Somebody should tell them.
Habits die hard, I guess.
Everything dies hard, girl.
You know, it surprises me how many people admire and tell it like it is, doctor. A no pie in the sky, doctor.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
And all of them seem to be folks who don't have anything wrong with them.
See if they want the hard truth when it comes round to their door.
My doctor here said we didn't need to worry about the hard truth just yet. She still has some tricks up her sleeve. She said she'd tell me when it's time to stop. But we're not there yet. We have a plan.
We do. We have a plan.
Francis, we're ready for you.
About time, because I plan to be out of here and on the road as soon as possible.
Day 10.
I have 33 days. This is day 10. There's a woman who has radiation when I come in at 11, and yesterday was her last day. She's been counting down every day. She brought donuts for the technicians.
They really deserve donuts, don't they? Something anyway.
They do. Positive, calm, cheerful.
I have 33 days too. Can't help counting.
I guess.
Mrs. was my second time around. Another mastectomy on the other breast. Some more chemo, more radiation. I was scheduled for 22 days. Then my doctor went on vacation, and my new doctor said 33 days. I didn't argue. I don't know why, I just didn't. Then my first doctor came back, and I did ask why I'd been changed from 22 to 33, and he said, just a minute, and left the room, and he was gone a long time.
Well, probably talking to the other doctor.
Yeah, when he came back, he said, well, how do I say this? 22 would have been as good as 33, but here we are.
So 33 it is.
33 it is. Extra days can't hurt. Just a little more char. Ooh. They have to help.
Day 11.
I have to drive a half an hour to get here.
I have to find a babysitter.
You have young children, dear?
3. Otto is 5. Lou and Louise are twins. They just turned 2. My husband works, so he has to, so we can keep our measly insurance. So there's nobody to drive me either.
Do you have chemo today too?
All day, till almost 5. Then a half-hour drive home in rush hour traffic.
I fired my oncologist. I can't be sick with little children, not when all she can promise me is another year. Maybe. So, I fired her. Radiation got rid of the first tumors, and now they're back, and here I am again. It's not going down so much this time. It's still here. But there's time yet. Maybe it's smaller. Maybe you'll be all right again.
Rosella?
Maybe you'll be all right again.
Day 13.
It's finally looking like summer out there.
School ended last week. I was an English teacher. I still keep track of the last day of school before summer vacation.
Our daughter starts soccer today. She loves it. She didn't even want a week off before beginning, and she's taking flute lessons. Stepdaughter.
Daughter. Step always sounds so cold. Step anything always sounds so distant.
It does, doesn't it? She's our daughter, and she loves soccer. Suzanne's staying with us this week, and when I dropped her off for soccer, she ran with her ponytail bobbing, so cute.
Oh, my husband died 20 years ago. My daughter lives in Atlanta. She has Parkinson's. She was counting on me to take care of her, and now... Yesterday, I guess I was whining a bit, and my doctor told me I needed to know more about what I have.
My surgeon gave me a big book on breast cancer. I can only read the chapters after I've experienced what they describe. Real life seems less scary than reading about it ahead of time.
His nurse told me to go home and look it up on the internet.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I couldn't sleep all night.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear is right. But now I have a new list of questions. And even though it's not doctor day, I insisted he see me today.
Well, good for you.
Well, we'll see if it is.
Mary, are you ready?
I am, dear.
Day 15.
Someone actually came up to me in the grocery store and asked where I got my hair cut.
Sometimes folks don't believe Fidel is a wig. I like that.
Someone told me she had 2 friends whose hair came back all wiry.
Amazing. They thought you really needed to hear that.
But look, smooth and shiny.
I had a friend, really, a good friend, tell me I should lose the wig and rock my chemo curl. This from a woman with long, lustrous locks.
Amazing.
Are we being too sensitive?
Of course.
Well then, what about women who have to tell you about a friend who's been cancer-free for 6 years, and now it's come back?
And is everywhere. I don't know. Mine's back. But only a little bit. Only here.
I like the, my sister had a mastectomy 20 years ago and she's fine approach. Something positive. I'm sorry. I'm just like them.
No. I'm triple negative, and it's been 7 years.
I'm a stumblebum like everyone else.
No, it's all right. In here, it's all right to say anything. My mammogram found another tiny spot. The surgery was successful. It's gone. Are you getting burned?
A little bit.
I get a little pink. It seems to turn into a tan when we have the weekends off. Are you?
Like a sunburn that gets a little worse each day. The underwire's beginning to irritate.
I don't wear a bra much anyway.
Oh, I'm addicted to them. I feel floppy without one. At least my real breast does. The technician said some women wear tight tank tops or sports bras. My sunburn doesn't have time to go away on the weekends.
Day 16.
They told me 3 more, but now my doctor says 9. You know, I started out with colon cancer, and now they say it's everywhere. I've had 2 colonoscopies since, and there's nothing there. I'm not letting them give me another.
There's nothing there, Ma.
Now it's in my lungs and my back. Colon cancer, not in my colon. Colon cancer in my lungs and my back, but not in my colon. Go figure.
No one can figure out what's going on. Not even the doctors.
I had terrible headaches, and they had me get a mammogram, and they said everything was fine. And then they found it in my lungs and my back. From nothing to stage 4.
What dips? Dipshits!
And Randy here, he wanted them to check my head because of the way my eyes work. See how my one eye is lower than the other?
Oh, I do.
Well, they found the tumors. 1 here and 2 here. So they say 9 more times. But today is my last day here. Tomorrow, I'm going to Chicago, to a big cancer center.
Oh, I've seen those places advertised on TV.
We're going tomorrow. Aren't we, Randy?
That's right, Ma.
Amy, we're ready for you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, dear. Is it Barb? My mother's name.
Barb? Barb Nettie.
Hi, hello.
It's Jenny. Jenny Kosher, Kim's daughter.
Oh, Jenny, yes.
Didn't recognize me, I'm sure. That's all right. It's been a long time since before I got divorced.
You're divorced.
And I've lost a lot of weight. My mother's out in the big public waiting room.
Oh, do you need some help?
No, just to rest a minute.
How is your mother?
All right. Worried, but a trooper. She's 85, you know. She plans to bring me here every day. I've been having chemo since my surgery, and now I start radiation today.
She's out there now, your mother?
Every day. It's so good to see you, even here.
It is. I have 33 days. I had a simple mastectomy and reconstruction at the same time. Then chemo. Now this.
And I bet David is right here with you.
Oh, he is. He's a sweet boy.
Mickey bailed. Couldn't take it. You see, I had a lump in my throat. It was all right, and then it wasn't. So, surgery, chemo, and radiation.
and a button for a feeding tube. All quite messy, but I'm actually feeling better. I'll keep an eye on her. She'll do just fine. Have a blessed day.
Day 20.
When my hair fell out, I discovered I had a birthmark on the back of my head. No one had ever seen it but my parents when I was a baby. Now it's being covered back up again.
My hairdresser says if your hair is curly, it can come back straight. But most of the time, if it's straight, it comes back curly. But mine was curly to begin with, and it still is, curly as ever.
We are obsessed about hair.
We are, aren't we?
Better than being obsessed about vanished boobs, I guess.
There's an older woman who comes in at my 11 o'clock time. She must be 70 maybe. Rides a Harley with her boyfriend. She doesn't like to keep him waiting out in the big waiting room.
Wants to feel the wind in her hair.
Her hair is actually quite lovely. She had a choice about chemo and chose not to do it. And she has a biker tattoo on her arm. A real biker tattoo. Betty Boop on a Harley. Small and tasteful. Not like the little wimpy ones they give us here.
Green dots.
Yeah, here, here, here.
I've actually thought about getting a real one. Paula and her mother had her brother's name tattooed on their ankles after he died. Like you said, small and tasteful.
Well, I don't know what kind of tattoo I'd get, since they're lasting forever. I don't even like the clothes I wore last year.
Barb, here we go.
Well, we'll see you and Paula Saturday. Dinner on our deck. And Suzanne will play her flute. The music goes beautifully with the sunset, sort of hopeful and mournful at the same time.
And she and Paula and David can kick around a soccer ball. That's hopeful too.
And not mournful at all.
Day 25.
What a dinner. Pasta with just cheese and butter, simple and delicious. And the view from your balcony is so beautiful.
It was fun, wasn't it? Now that I'm getting farther away from chemo, my appetite is coming back, so I have to be careful. The nurses say this isn't the time to worry about that, but I lost this weight the hard way. I'm not gaining it back.
David likes you without your wig.
Oh, he's a dear.
He is.
And so is Paula.
She wants you and David to come over for some of her favorite locale Crystal Light margaritas with Suzanne and a boat ride on our pontoon boat next Saturday. Will that work?
I think it will, yes. How's your burn?
Not bad. You?
A little crispy.
Your cancer won't come back. You're too positive, too cheerful.
If only that worked.
Yeah. My one sister had breast cancer in 1997 and it died when it came back in 2004. My other sister had it in 1995 and it came back 12 years later. My niece got it in 2009 and she had the genetic test and she didn't have the gene.
Did you have the test?
She didn't have the gene, but the test cost her $5,000. Paula and I can't afford that. We've had to sell our house as it is. We're renting the place in the lake.
Oh, Phoebe.
The price for the test has gone down. It's $3,000 now, but we still couldn't afford it because insurance won't tell you whether it's covered until they see the results. Not until after you submit the bill. Now the test doesn't matter, of course. But if it had been positive years ago, I'd have had all this done the first time around.
I'm so damn lucky. Well enough off so David can drive me here every day. Not like some of the women who have to come all by themselves, then go home and take care of toddlers.
We are who we are. We've all had to put up with, what do they call the crappy results on Let's Make a Deal?
Zonks.
Songs.
Phoebe, here we go.
Bring your sunscreen to the boat. Remember, pale is the new black.
Day 27.
It's crowded today. There's a man on a gurney out there. He doesn't look good.
Probably having chemo in the hospital. Probably brought here on an ambulance.
And probably bumped up in line ahead of us all.
From the way he looked, I think he's ahead of us in a line no one wants to think about.
You look thinner than you did last week, dear.
A little. It's hard to keep up with the feeding tube. My sister helps, and my mother, but she's 85.
It must be so exhausting.
I do get tired. I took the sheets off my bed yesterday to wash them. I got them to the dryer, then I needed to take a nap. So I went to sleep on the mattress pad. I should get my gown on. Here. Thanks. I'm all right. No hospital, no ambulance. I'll do this under my own steam. And my sister's steam and my mother's. No hospital, no ambulance. I'm just tired. Let's Make a Deal is still on. I must be early.
The doctor asks me if I'm tired. How would I know? The farther I get away from Taxol, the better I feel. Grandkids are so good for building your strength back. Picking up Legos, sitting on the floor to play Uno.
My children say, Mommy's sunburn.
World's most expensive tanning bed.
I had a lump in my neck. My GP said it was all right, but he kept looking at it for a while. Then he sent me to a throat doctor, and then here to shrink the tumor. So I have a port for chemo and a button for dinner because I can't swallow much. But I did manage to eat some real food last night and keep it down. I see the nurse today, so I'm worried.
Oh, she's very nice. She really pays attention. When I first started radiation, about the second week, I was a little pink, so I asked her about it. The next thing I know, everybody's running down the hall. She saw my shingles scars and thought they were burns.
I had the shingles vaccination.
Well, so did I, but for about a month last winter, I caught everything that walked by me.
I got an infection in my button and had to go to the ER. In the hospital 2 days on antibiotics, which didn't work. Then I came here, got the right antibiotic, and it cleared up.
Jenny, we're ready for you.
Price is Right's just starting. You're right on time.
Nobody really knows how scary this place is.
Nobody wants to.
Day 28.
Sorry, ladies, the machine is down.
Again.
The technician's here. It shouldn't take longer than 20 minutes.
I can wait. I can't.
My babysitter has to leave at 1 o'clock.
We'll get you in so you have plenty of time to catch your babysitter.
It's a big, mean, intimidating machine. It deserves to be down.
Makes me feel like the Bride of Frankenstein when it starts grinding and buzzing and moving around above me.
And then having to put your head down into the face mold. You're terrified to move a muscle in case the machine decides to zap your esophagus.
Unless your esophagus is what needs to be zapped.
I'm happy just to have the face mold. Some people have to wear those creepy-looking cages or masks to keep them from moving.
I always count the seconds, just in case they forget and let it go on for too long.
Believe me, if it goes on too long, I'll just scream until they turn it off. Well, that's about enough of that. All right. Since we have time, I have a question for everyone.
Ask away.
Here is it. How's your sex life? What? Your sex life. Mine is totally disrupted. Whacked. I took hormone replacement for 25 years.
Wow.
I drink too. The risk isn't much different. But now no doctor will prescribe hormones. One told me that I'd have to get them on the street corner if I wanted to buy them.
Wow. 25 years?
And worth it, too, to have a sex life. Now, I'm dried up like a walnut, tight and sore. And that crappy water ballast space gel they recommend does absolutely nothing.
That's for sure.
Believe me, something goes wrong with men's sex lives and the pharmaceutical industry's working overtime to come up with something. So, they have Viagra for men. But no one cares about our dried up, shriveled vagina.
I guess you're right.
Well, there are other things you could do.
What other things?
Well, there's WD-40.
Sex is the least of my worries. There are more important things to worry about.
Oh, I know, my dear.
I have to use the restroom.
Yikes.
At least I didn't say snatches.
Day 30.
What a boat ride. I love pontoon boats with cabins. It's like being on a houseboat.
I call it our Dairy Queen.
Well, it was great. Thanks so much for having us over.
What a night, right? I'm really sorry you couldn't bring Suzanne. She's such a sweet girl. I was looking forward to hearing her play her flute at sundown.
Now, she is a sweet girl and a good swimmer. We will bring her the next time. She'll love it. We'll time it so David's ex-wife can't come up with something to screw it up the way she did this time. And we'll enjoy more of those good margaritas, too.
And now that we can drink again.
And swim. When all this started, my doctor told me to stay out of pools because of the chemicals.
Mine too. But I guess the lake's okay. I didn't ask. Enough is enough.
And lots of sunscreen. No sunburn. I haven't been this pale since I was 7. I'd rather have the old tan than the new black.
Pale becomes you. It does. And this is our last time together. You'll be done in
3 more days after today. There's a sort of wire molded figure shaped like a head in the radiation room. Do you know what that's for? And what's that white plastic thing that covers your chest and your back, held on with Velcro straps?
I don't know. I think the plastic thing is to support the spine, and the head thing may be for brain tumors. Paula's wonderful, singing sea songs on the boat.
But we'll see you and Paula at the barbecue. Suzanne can accompany her on the flute. We had a terrible fight, David and I. He's been such a superhero. He's done everything. He's kept me safe, loved me. He still thinks I look beautiful.
You can see that when they see you together, like Paula and me.
We took Suzanne home before we left for your place. David walked her to the door and stood talking with Cindy, his ex-wife, for a minute. I could see them laughing. I was suddenly just filled with rage, like a firebomb exploded inside me, you know. And all my goodwill, my happiness, my hope just drained right out of me.
Oh, dear.
I don't know where it came from. He doesn't love her. He doesn't even really like her. And it was so mean of her to keep Suzanne from coming out to see you and Paula. He got back in the car, and I didn't say anything right then, not until we got home. And then I did. Something small, unkind, I don't remember what. And he was angry too. As angry as I was, and we yelled and raged and slammed doors. At one point, I slammed the dishwasher shut and broke 3 glasses. And then it was gone. I'm crying, he's crying. We're pulling glass out of the dishwasher. And we got ready to come to your place.
It's hard, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, most times it's all right. Sometimes it's hard.
Day 31.
Today and 2 more days. When I started, I met a woman who was counting down every day. Now I understand.
Sue Ann. She wore a black crocheted hat with a big red flower.
Oh, yes.
And her grandkids love vegetables. Unlike mine, who will only eat chicken fingers and chocolate ice cream.
Randy! Oh, come in. Sit down with us.
Oh, come here. Sit down here, Randy. How's your mother? Is she here?
Yes. No, not actually here, but yes, back in town. The other cancer center didn't work out. It's too late, but I know she liked you all so much. She'd want you to know.
She would. We do.
She fought so hard, and she was so cheerful.
She's in hospice care. Rose Arbor. She slipped off to sleep, but she's still with us. I have to go. No hugs, please. I'll tell her I saw you all.
Well,
No blubbering, ladies. If one of you dares to start blubbering, we all will. And I won't have that. Not here. Do you understand? There's enough blubbering everywhere else. I won't have it here.
She's right. Talk about something else.
Barb only has 3 more times to be zapped by the big ugly machine.
She's been a trooper. Barb, you're almost done with us, aren't you?
I am.
Off we go then.
Off we go. See you, ladies.
Day 32.
You know, Barb, before you leave, I have to admit Frances was right about our sex lives. It's... What did she say?
Totally whacked. We didn't mean to shock you.
I'm just not used to being able to talk about stuff like that. I don't really have friends I can do that with.
Here, we can talk about anything.
And you all were right. There are other things you can do.
Absolutely.
But not WD-40.
Jen's out there on a gurney with the ambulance attendants standing all around, all wearing masks.
That's where she's been these last few days.
She's so frail.
Who's out in the hallway?
Jenny. And the ambulance must have brought her from the hospital.
She was so afraid this would happen.
Poor sweet girl.
Brave girl.
Come on, everybody out there. We're going to cheer her on.
Do you think they might have some rule against us doing that?
Let them try and stop us.
Day 33.
Rose Ellen, we're ready for you now.
Good. The twins have to see the doctor today, too. They hate shots, but they love lollipops.
I don't like lollipops or shots, unless it's a shot of Jim Beam.
Well, hi, Barb.
My last day. I brought some donuts. This is small thanks for kindness, good cheer, and good care.
From the kind, cheerful Barb. Karen, look, Barb has brought us treats.
And we love treats.
My doctor said, now we hope for the best. I was counting on something more.
She said you were a fabulous patient.
Well, I guess what she meant was, we've done everything we can, and now we hope for the best. And thank you.
We'll hold in good thought.
We will.
The last day.
And you brought donuts for the technicians.
I did. 2 dozen donuts. saving my life.
Day one, again.
It's day one again for someone.
And the last day for someone else. Are these women real?
You bet we are. I'm playing golf again. I can't putt worth a hoot. But my vegetarian grandson doesn't care so as long as I'm available for lunch.
I'm still here. The damn cows still haven't come home yet. So I guess I'm counting.
I'm done counting, except checking off the days until I visit my friends up in Pittwater.
I don't like to sit unless it's on the back of a Harley. Jake and I are gonna get matching tattoos. Survival tattoos.
Randy remembers me by wailing on those drums of his.
Drums got the sound and the beat. A drum line is full of life. Like my mom. That's what I remember.
I just keep doing what they tell me. Doing all of this. My doctor and I have a plan. Maybe not the only plan, but a plan.
Paula says she doesn't care if we have to sell everything, as long as we have each other.
When I saw that man on the gurney, I didn't tell everyone here what I really saw. The look in his eyes. The same look I see in my own.
My insurance stinks, just like Phoebe's. How dare they not pay for a genetic test? My husband, Polly, loves Otto, Lou, and Louise just as much as I do. We'll manage.
Nobody really knows how scary this place is.
Nobody wants to.
I'm ready to have my hair back and to take long walks with David and Suzanne and drink that good bottle of champagne.
We are who we are. We've all had to put up with what do they call the crappy results on Let's Make a Deal?
Songs.
No blubbering, ladies. Don't you dare. And no hugs either. I won't have it. Not here.
We're always ready to celebrate.
And we love treats.
We've done everything we can. Now we hope for the best.
We'll hold a good thought.
We will.
You've saved my life. Now here's a couple dozen donuts.
Donuts are a start. You have to start somewhere.
We'll be all right, damn it. Nobody knows how hard this is unless they've had to do it.